So now what's going to happen is this is going to be the most interesting part for you, because when I'm doing berimbolo, when everyone does berimbolo, a common question, what do you do when the person pulls your leg into 50-50? And this is probably the most troublesome reaction for people in jiu-jitsu, most common for sure. People are attacking your legs, people are attacking your feet. People are attacking many different things when they pull your leg in, right? As I described before. So what these new leg mechanics that we just learned enable us to do is it enables us to give us answers for when the opponent is pulling my leg in to 50-50. When they're pulling my leg. Because that's a flaw of berimbolo, right? When I'm doing berimbolo, my inside leg, my berimbolo hook is inside her body, right? And every time a leg is inside her body, she could pull it in. She could pull my leg inside her body, right? So that is a flaw with the berimbolo hooks, right? With the basic berimbolo, right? So everyone, when you're fighting them, a lot of people, their reaction will be to pull the leg in. Now we're entering into the crab ride world. We're entering into the knee wedge world. We're entering into all the things we just learned previously when we discussed in the knee wedge, the shin wedge, all the different wedges, all the different hooks. This all becomes accessible now when they start pulling your leg in. And again, I love when people pull my legs in. Every time they pull their legs in, all we need to do is, again, adjust our knee line. We can never accept our knee line being inside their legs. That will expose submissions. That will expose us getting stuck. But once our knee line is out, as you saw before, it is a matter of climbing. It is a matter of positioning our hooks, either with the near crab ride family hook, the leg drag hook. If we're able to bring their hips up, if they use their hips when they're pulling our leg in, then we use our hips, right? We use the shin wedge, we use the knee wedge, we use all the different wedges and hooks. And that's what gets us back to the back. And when they're holding our legs, their arms are both occupied. Their shoulders are being pulled up. We're able to climb so easy. So I feel like this section will really make everything that you just learned click for you, okay? And that's what you're going to see now, how all the things you just learned, all the positions you just learned will all apply now in this specific scenario. Okay guys, so now we're going to get right into the different types of things we're going to do when the person pulls my leg in. And the first one is going to be utilizing the crab ride. Now, there's going to be all the different wedges. I'm going to show them all. But the thing I want you guys to see is I actually use my arm as a wedge on the person when I'm doing the crab ride one. Because I bring the arm up just like I was using my knee and my shin previously. And that's what helps me able to put the wedge in and I use my arm as the wedge, and then I'm able to get the crab ride hook in. And then now I'm going to work on their hips. Am I able to close her knee? Is her hip going to open? Based on that answer will determine which sequence I will go to next, okay? So I'm going to be here. I'm going to go under for the berimbolo. She's going to pull my leg in, right? So immediately when I'm here, the second I see her pull my leg in, what am I going to do? I'm going to take this hand, and like I said, I'm going to use it like a wedge. I'm going to lift up her leg like so. And when I do this, I make space. So look how I make a circle. Look at this space here, this gap. This space enables me to put my hook in. Now that my hook is in, I have a lot of options here. But the first one is this knee. I'm going to try to place this knee on top of my other knee, taking my knee line out because my knee line's in right now, right? So I push her knee to her chest, and now I'm going to bring her hip down. And when I bring her hip down, I'm going to try to bring my knee on top of her knee like so. Once I do this, look how I use my foot, and look how my knee line's out. So now the side of my knee is going to be putting pressure on her hip, like so. Now I'm going to go side foot, live foot on my knee. I come up. I can either pass here, if I feel she opens her hip, and roll to the other side, here. Attacking the back. So you see, I was able to get my knee in front of her knee. Then I went all to the near crab ride family stuff. Putting pressure, trying to pass, opens hip, take the back. Just like before, all the same steps. The only thing different is how I'm using my arm as a wedge to fit, to make the circle, to make the space to fit in the crab ride hook. Okay, so we're here. Go under. She pulls my leg in. All I'm going to do now, I'm going to push the leg up,
create the space. Now my hook is in. I'm gonna bring her hip down. Notice how I'm able to get my knee on top of her leg like so. Look. Once my knee is here, my knee line isn't in anymore, right? So I bring her knee to the chest and try to take out my knee. Now I'm placing my knee on her leg, on top of her leg like so. Now I can put pressure. I can grab the collar. I can come up. If I see the back of the neck exposed, sure. Now I can use the back of the neck and take the back the same exact way as previously. Again. Here, I put pressure, I take the hook out. I start putting pressure on her knee. I open her hips like so. Once I get my knee line out, it's on. Now I can come up if I want to. If I can pass, cool. If I feel like she opens, I roll. Again. Here, she's pulling my leg in. See, if I stay with my hip down here, I'm not strong. But the second I turn my thumb on the hip grip, that's what gets me on my shoulder. And now I'm strong again. Look how I'm balanced. I push this part of her leg up, making the space. Now I can bring her leg down, taking my knee out. Once my knee is out, I can come up. Once I come up, if she's still holding my leg, now I can go to the other side, stretch, throw my hook in, or even stretch her to the back here. Again. See how I make the spaces? All I'm doing is going on my shoulder. Look, 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 look. I push her hip away from me. I push her leg like this. Now I can put my foot in. Once I put my foot in, I bring her leg down. My knee is here. I take it out. I put my knee on the outside of her body. I bring my body on top. Now I can come up. Now I can go here. Okay. Look how I bring my head up as high as I can to her body. Look, look. Now look how easy it is for me to take her back. If I want to go for the back there. Again.
Okay guys, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you again another variation, another thing for us to do when we're doing this crab ride sequence. This time I'm going to try to close her hip. And like I explained to you since the beginning of this series, when we go to close, they open. When they open, what does that mean we could do? Now we're in the stack family. Now we could expose the back using the stack crab ride variation, right? I couldn't close her knees, she opened. So we just go with it, right? So it's the same exact thing as before. I'm going to use my arm as the wedge to create the space, to create the circle for me to utilize the crab ride hook. Once I get that crab ride hook in, I'm going to try to close her knee, placing my knee behind her knee to the near crab ride family. She opens now. So now I'm going to be able to stack her because her weight's on her hips. So let's get into it. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be in De La Riva. I'm going to go under. I'm going to go here. She's going to pull my leg in just like before. I'm going to use the my arm as the wedge. I'm going to place my foot in. Now I'm going to start putting pressure to place my knee behind her knee. She's going to open her hip. So now she's going to pull my leg in, and she's not going to let me put my knee behind her knee. So what does that mean? That means all her weight's on her shoulders for her to keep my knee from touching her knee.
And because all her weight's on her shoulders, I'm going to pull her foot to the floor like so. And when I do this, I'm going to stack her. And now look what's going to happen to my knee now. It's going to go back just like we needed before. So when she's pulling my leg, for me to get to that spot, now all I need to do is just stack her. Now my hook goes to the same spot. Now I can bring my hips into her hips, and I can climb. And I can take the back. Exactly like before. So you see, she defends one, she gives me the other, every time. So we're here. We go under. She pushes my leg. I push the leg out, I put my hook in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to place my knee behind her knee. She opens. So what am I going to do? I'm going to bring her foot to the floor. I'm going to bring her foot to the floor. Now look where I end up. Look how I stacked her. And why am I able to stack her? It's all because my thumb. If my thumb was down, if I was on my back like this, no way I could stack her. But because I turned my palm up, I'm able to balance on my arm. You see this? Now I'm able to come up. Now I'm able to come up. Now I'm able to climb to the collar. Once I come to the collar, I can get the back of the head. I can attack the seatbelt. I just need to keep my knee on outside of her body. Now I can take the back. Again. Here. Close my leg in. I take out my hook. I start trying to go to this one. She's pulling now. All her weight's here. So now all I'm going to do is stack her. Once I stack her, I bring her foot to the floor. I bring my hips to her hips. Now what happens? Hips to her hips. Now I can climb. Once I climb, I stretch. I take the back. Look how my hook goes to her leg now. Now I'm able to climb to her back. Now I can stretch her. Take her back. Again. I create the wedge, my foot goes in. I try to put my knee here. She opens. You see, the second she opens her hip, it puts all her weight on her shoulders. Once her weight's on the shoulders, it's easy to stack her, bringing her leg to her body. I bring my hips above her. I climb, I climb, I climb. Now I stretch. Got it, take the back. Again. Open your leg, yes. Yeah. Trying to use my knee, I can't. So I stack. I stack. Now I put my knee on her hip. Now I bring my legs up. Now I can take her back.
Okay guys, now what we're going to do is another variation. Again, we tried using our arm as the wedge to get to the crab ride. We open their hip and close the hip, right? Now this time I'm going to feel like I can't use my arm as the wedge. So I'm going to now use my knee as the wedge. So we're going to get into the knee wedge now from this berimbolo position. And again, the same exact concept as before. We try to close the hip to get to the near crab ride hook family. So then we could go to the pass, which we're going to do right now. Or we try to close the hip, they open their body, and that gives us the opportunity to do something else, right? So always trying to close the hips, they open. When they open, what does that mean? Their weight's on their arms, that means we can stack them, right? Simple. That concept we're just using everywhere now, okay? Now we're just gonna do that with the knee wedge. Here, under, I get here. She's pulling my leg in, we're here. Before I use my arm to do this, but now her leg is gonna be a little more tension here. So I'm going to feel like it's hard for me to use my arm to bring her knee to create this space. So what am I gonna do? Instead of using my arm, I'm going to use my knee to bring her knee to her chest, like so. And when I bring her knee to her chest, look what I'm going to do. I'm gonna bring her leg down. And when I bring her leg down, look where her leg is. It's gonna be right here. So I'm gonna bring my knee on top of her leg. Now I'm gonna bring my body up. Now look where I am. Near crab ride family. Once I'm in the near crab ride family, I see her back is exposed right now, right? So now I can roll if I want. I can stretch. I can take the back.
So you see, I love to use the knee wedge to get the crab ride. You see, because it's all the same hooks. We're just using them they're just different leg positions, but they're all identical. They're all doing the same thing. So we're here. She grabs my leg. So I want to use my arm as the wedge to get to the crab ride. I feel like it's awkward. So now I'm just going to put my knee in to bring her knee to the same spot. Once I do this, I'm going to bring her hip down. Now look where my knee ends up. My knee goes to her hip. I put pressure on her hip like so. Now I'm in the near crab ride family, right? So all we do is we climb up. We come up like so. I'm putting pressure on her body. Now I'm here. I can take the back. I can pass the guard. Again. Here. Stretch. I bring her leg down. Now I put my knee on top. I grab the back of the head. I roll. I stretch. I throw my hook in. I take the back. Again. Pull my leg in. Use my knee. Once I use my knee, I stretch her. Now I'm going to put my knee on top. Once I put my knee on top, I'm going to come up. Once I come up, now I'm going to roll. Stretch. Take the back. Again, closing the knee versus opening the knee. Because she's closing the knee, near crab ride family. Again. Over here, she pulled my knee in. I'm trying to push the leg. I feel like it's hard. There's no space. I use my knee now to do the same thing. I stretch. Bringing her hip down like a leg drag. I bring her hip on top of me. Knee to her hip. I come up. Once I come up, I could roll if I want. I do that. Okay. Try to use this. I use my knee to stretch her. Okay, just exactly like before when we were doing the crab ride stuff. When I was able to close her knee, I go to the near crab ride family, right? Then when they open their hip, what does that mean? I can't close the knee. That means I'm able to get back to the stack world. Because all their weight's on their shoulders, their hips are light, we're able to stack them and utilize that. So now with the knee wedge, it's going to be identical to the crab ride world before because all the concepts are the same, right? So I'm going to be here. I'm going to get the De La Riva. I'm going to go under here. I'm going to be here, and she's going to pull my leg in. So I'm here. I'm going to use my knee like a knee wedge. I'm going to try to put my knee behind her knee, but she's going to open her hip like so. So it's going to be hard for me to use my knee like this. So what am I going to do? Because it's hard for me, I'm going to stack her up like this. And when I stack her, look what I'm going to be able to do now. I'm going to bring my knee to my chest. Now I'm going to bring my foot behind to the opposite side. Now look where I end up. I end up in a perfect leg check. So I'm able to connect my body, side foot, live foot. I come up, putting pressure, I get past the guard. Again, I'm here. Notice when she opens her hip, that gives me the opportunity to bring her hips up. As you learned in the knee wedge chapter, when I bring her hips up, I'm able to go to the leg drag, right? When her hips are down, I can go near crab ride family. So the second her hips come up, I see that, I'm able to switch to the leg drag, and then we can get into all these attacks. So we're here. She pulls my leg in. I'm here. I use my knee. I try to go to the near crab ride. She opens her hip. So when she opens her hip, I can stack her using my knee on her belly button. I bring my knee to my stomach while I'm doing this. Pull my leg. I bring my knee to my belly button. Now I can pull my leg to the other side of her body. Once I get here, guys, I have many options. I can bring my foot in here. I start tacking the twister hook here. I can switch to an X here. Stretch her body. I can bring my knee here if I see it open, but typically her legs are stretched. So now I can simply go here, side foot, live foot, knee on the floor, head to her body, pass her guard. Again. Here. I go here, I bring my knee here, she opens her hip. So now I'm just gonna put pressure. I'm gonna drop her body, I'm gonna end up here. Look where I end up, right in a perfect leg drag. I feel her hip is coming to me this way. We're in the leg drag family now, right? She's gonna probably let go of the grip. It's gonna be here. I'm gonna go to this side. Here, elbow connected, foot on the knee. Twist her hook. Again. Under. She pulls my leg in. I go up. I use my knee here. I try to go to this. She opens her hip. I use my knee on her belly button. I bring my knee to this side of her body. I bring my knee here. I drag. Now I can come up. From here, I try to go to this. She opens her body. Now I bring my leg here. Once I bring my leg here, I go to this side of her body. I go here. I go here. Now I go to the twister. Again. Use my knee. I use my knee here. I try to go here. She opens her body. So now I can stack her. Now I can bring my foot out. Once I go here, I drag her leg. Here. I go here. One, I try to go here. She opens her leg. Knee on the belly button now. Two. I see the opening. I can go here also. She opens her hip. I hit her hip here. I go here. Side, side, live. Pass. Okay. She opens her hip, so I can't do that one. So now I can stack her this way. Going here, I drop my hip. Feel like I can't, I bring my foot up, or I drive. I go here.
Okay guys, now I'm going to give you one more alternative to do when you're in the scenario of the opponent pulling your leg in, okay? And this scenario, you're going to actually change sides like we previously did when the person was able to hook inside the circle of our hip grip and our shoulder, right? And this scenario is going to be very good because they're going to be pulling your leg in really strong, and when you change sides, your leg is going to actually end up, the leg that they're pulling in is actually going to end up being useless to them, okay? So this position is very, very strong and effective. Okay, so I'm going to get into it now. So we're here. I'm going to go under her. She's going to pull my leg in. And when she pulls my leg in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the body up, and I'm going to take this back leg. And when I take this back leg, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an X on her back leg like so. And when I make the X, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab her bottom hip. I'm going to change sides. And now I'm going to take my hook out like so. Look how deep, look how when I do this, how she has no control of my knee anymore. My knee line's out, and now I can put pressure on her and even pass the guard here. See how when I change sides, it completely kills her grip that she had because the knee that was in is not the correct knee anymore once I change sides. Okay, so I'm here, go under, hold my leg. So all I'm going to do is when she's holding my leg, I'm putting pressure here, I'm going to bring this leg here, I'm going to bring my leg to the other side of her body. So you see this leg that was using it as a hook and a knee, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to just lift up the legs and bring it to this side of her body. Now I can change sides. Once I get to this side, look where I am. I'm in an X, right? But now I'm just going to bring my foot down to get to here. Now once I'm here, I could go to a leg drag, or I could even do this again. Now I can grab the back of the head and stretch with my foot already out. See how I changed sides and went back to the other side? See, now I can go to the back here. Again, I'm here. I go under. She pulls my leg in. I'm here. I grab this leg. I put my arm here. I got my leg to this side of her body. So she's pulling my leg in. She's here. I want to use the knee wedge. No. I use my foot now on this side of her body. Now I change sides. I have the X here. Now I could even use my shin here. I could bring my knee out though. I could hook here. I could go here. I have so many options. I could even remove that grip. Now I'm in the leg drags here, right? So I could go here. I could hook. I could hook. I could connect my elbow. I could bring my knee in. When you're up, twister. Again, we're here. I go under, pull my leg in, right? So I get the leg, I remove my foot, I go to the other side with my leg. That's all I'm doing. Look, I just hold this leg, I lift it, lifting this leg up, making a little space for me to move my leg to this side.
Hold both hips just like before when I change sides. And I go here. Now I'm in this spot here with an X. So now I can even move it down. I can move it down. Look where I am now. In crab ride. Near side crab ride. Back of the head. Stretch. Knees come to our hips. Stretch. You take the back. Okay. Here, I want to go to this. She's pulling my leg in. She's turning her hips to me this way. So all I'm going to do is create the foot here. Once I do this, I change sides. I end up here. I take out my foot. I take out my foot. Now my knee is completely out. I can go here. I can grab the back of the head. I can pass. I can go here. I can remove the grip on her body completely. I can stay here. Leg on my hip. Drag her body. Pass the guard here. Again. Go here. She pulls my leg in. I'm here. I switch my legs. I change sides. I go here. I go here. My leg goes here. Grab the back of the head. I stretch. I take it up. Again. I'm here. I put pressure. I put pressure. I switch. I make the hook on this side of her body. I go to this side of her body. I go here. I take out my hook. I put my leg down. I go here. I grab the back of her head, or I can pass her guard here. Whichever I feel I can do. Again. If I can even go double leg drag here. Look. All these options are going to come free to you when you're doing this. Here, she turns it to me a little bit. I put pressure. I switch my feet. I go here. I go here. I go here. I take my foot out. I go here. Now I'm back to this spot. Back at the head. Collar. We'll come up. Time.
Okay guys, so now I'm going to give you one more option when the opponent pulls in your inside leg. And it's going to be just like before when they put their foot inside. I'm going to utilize the underhook, and I'm going to utilize putting my knee under her knee, and I'm going to end up in a top bear ball, and I'm going to be able to change sides and break the grip. I use this a lot, and I think it's super strong and effective, and I think it'll be very easy for you guys to utilize as well without even having to change your hooks. Just changing from this to an underhook, okay? So we're here. Going to go under. My opponent's going to pull my leg in. When she pulls my leg in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be up like this, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to an underhook here. And when I switch to an underhook, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this way. I'm going to focus on my knee line, right? So I have the underhook here, and I'm going to open her knee like so because I need to take out my knee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the underhook. I'm going to place my foot in her armpit like so. I'm going to get my knee like this, taking my knee out. I'm going to pull her hip. I'm going to post my hand on the floor, and I'm going to change sides, going to this side. But how can I do this, right? But because my foot's in her armpit, I'm able to break her grip and take my knee out. And now look where I am. I'm in top bear and bull. You see? And again, what did you learn about top bear and bull in the beginning introduction? Whenever her elbow's closed, I can take the back. Whenever her elbow opens, I could pass the guard. So that's why I want you to start thinking about every time you get the top bear and bull. So again, we're here. I go under. She pulls my leg in. I'm going to underhook her leg. When I underhook her leg, look what I'm going to do. I'm just going to grab this bottom leg like this. I'm going to open her hip, putting all her weight on her back leg when she pulls. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my foot in now, here. Now I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put my foot under her armpit. When I put my foot under her armpit, it shuts off her arm and makes it very difficult for her to keep this grip on my leg. But I want her to keep the grip because she's going to help me up. So I'm going to push. I'm going to push. I'm going to pull. I'm going to pull. Now I'm going to push my hand on the floor to come up. And you look at my foot. You see my foot's inside her arm? I'm just going to pummel my foot to the outside of her arm. I'm going to break the grip. I'm going to end up in top bear and bull where if she opens her hip, I can take her back with various positions. Again. Here, hold my leg in. I'm here. I underhook. I push the hip. I push the hip. I take my knee out. I go here. I go here. I get my foot in her armpit. I break the grip. I come up the top here. Once I get here, she opens her hip. I roll. I go here.
I go twist to her, take the back, and go here, and pulling my leg in. I utilize the underhook. Grab the leg. Now I'm going to bring my foot in under her armpit to break the grip, to circle my foot. You see where it is? I circle it this way. So it's here, I circle it here. Now I post. I come up to this side of her body. Now she opens her head. I roll. I bring her body up. I tack the back. Again. Go here, she pulls my leg in. I underhook, I grab the leg. Right? I put my leg inside now. Once I put my leg inside, I change sides, I post my hand. I come up, I pummel my foot. I end up here like a roll. Her body's here this time. Ladder, bolo, double leg bolo family. Boom, back of the head, back, again. So I'm here, underhook, I grab the leg, I fit my foot in. I go here, I go this way, I get underhook, I change sides, I break the grip. I pummel my foot, I roll under, I stack, she comes back into me, twist to her, back.